Hey everybody, this is Bobo the Vulture. I've prepared a little presentation for all of you on how you can get involved in my upcoming Let's Play series, Season Expansion Mode of MLB Power Pros. So, you are probably, or hopefully, all familiar at this point with the annual charity live stream that Zerfall does. He participates in MS Bike, Gear Up to End MS, which is a charity bike ride that raises funds for the MS Society of Canada, which researches causes and potential cures for multiple sclerosis, which is a nerve condition that affects many people, probably more than you necessarily think. I know that it tends to affect people closer to the poles for whatever reason, which may be one reason why, Canada is interested in it. But like, it's common. Like, I know someone with MS, and she gets along fine, but still, it takes different forms. Anyhow, so as we say, to that end, Zerfall raises money. He hosts a marathon live stream ahead of the bike ride each year to get fans involved. This year it is going to be July 15th, that is next Saturday, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It is going to be, the goal, I think, is for it to go 12 hours through to 6 a.m. I will be there for part of that. I do work Sunday, however, so I will be going to bed at some point. Now, other announced guests are All Dragon, Bean will be there, Grimace should be there, Lethal Feline should be there, Mysterious JG, and there are some others who are maybes and some others who may be surprise guests. I don't really know. I'm not involved in the direct planning of the stream itself. What I'm trying to do in order to help out with this, you may have seen in the past, Mysterious JG has done a call to arms for his Romance of the Three Kingdoms series, where if you donate, he will create a character in your likeness or to your specifications and put it in the next LP that he does of that game. He's doing that again this year. I will try and remember to link below to the announcement video for that. I'm attempting to do something similar with MLB Power Pros. So far, I've been playing through the success mode, which allows you to create characters. But there is also just a season mode, and you can run a season mode with two expansion teams, one in the National League and one in the American League. And I would attempt to do that and create a new team, well, create two new teams, using created players from the donor list. So how do you do that? Well, you've got to go to donate to the donation page for Zerfall's charity ride. There's the URL. I will include it underneath as well so that you can, click on it a little easier. When you are donating, use your YouTube handle. That will enable your handle to appear on the fundraising list where I can see it and match it up to your YouTube comment. So first thing you need to do is donate. If you donate at least, my goal is if you at least donate $10 Canadian and you fill out a character request in the comments below, and it is a complete request. You don't just say, go ahead and throw in a character for me. I won't make something for just that unless I'm real hard up for characters. But if you go through all the steps and you give me all the information that I need and you donate at least $10, I will do my darndest to make a character for you. So, step 2 is reply to this video with the details of your character. What do you need to give me? Well, you need to give me the first, last, and saved names for your character. The first name would be just your first name. Your last name would be just your last name. Not your real life last names, your character names, unless your characters are your real selves, however that goes. The save name is like, if you've been watching the success modes, for example, like Marvin will come up to your character and say, hey, Bobo. Like Bobo, that would be what it is, instead of Vulture or Bobo the Vulture. Um, and like that's how like in little dialogue bubbles where your name appears. That's how it's going to show up. So saved name is basically just how your name will appear whenever it gets used sort of randomly during the game. We'll also need a face. So choose from among basically the skin tones. You could be pale as all get out. You can be very dark skinned indeed. We will go ahead and say from left to right, those are faces 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You also need to tell me what handedness you are. Your dominant hand for batting and throwing. Not everyone uses the same hand for batting as they do throwing. Zerfall, for example, throws with his right hand, but he bats left-handed. Some people are switch hitters. Haha! That means that they can bat either from the left or from the right. So basically, you just need to tell me which batting hand slash throwing hand you want to use. So, for example, if you wanted to bat right-handed but throw left-handed for whatever reason, you would write down in the field R/L. I'm going to take whatever the first letter is and use that for your batting and the second letter for your throwing. And tell me what position you want. If you want to be a pitcher, do you want to be a starting pitcher, a reliever, or a closer? Do you want to be catcher, first base, second base, third base? You want to be shortstop? You want to be in the outfield? Do you want to be left field, center field, or right field? Those are the positions. And choose your favorite Major League Baseball team because it asks you that. And at the end of success mode, basically, it just shows you what your avatar would look like in the jersey of your favorite team. Other than that, I guess if you have a favorite number that you want, you can go ahead and put that in. But the basic information that I really need in order to make your character are first name, last name, saved name, face, like facial color, handedness, position, and favorite team. And I've shown here an example of what it would look like. This is what I basically want your comment below on this video to look like for your created character. Obviously, you don't have to be Bobo. You don't have to like the Nats. And, you know, you get what I'm saying. This is a sample. Like when you see the pictures of a driver's license. This is the sample. This is what I want your comment to look like, basically, but with your information in instead. Trying to nip in the bud some questions people might have. What if two people want the same position? That will almost certainly happen. I am planning on creating the characters in the order of whoever donated the most money and properly filled out a comment card or a reply to this video. I'll do that person first. So whatever they wanted, they will get. Then, you know, like whoever the second highest donor is, I will fill out their person second. So like if both of them asked to be second baseman, the second highest donor is not going to be second base. Or if he, you know, or I'm going to end up having to put him on the bench. He would be second base in, you know, the alternate rotation. So if two people ask for the same position and there's only one position up for grabs, the person that donated the most is going to get it. How many characters am I going to create? I am going to create probably at least 50 because the teams need around 25, 30 players. I think the minimum may be like 21, 22. I'm not entirely sure. The FAQ community on this game is not super solid. I'm going to create my team first, and then the other expansion team with whoever's left. So basically, I'm going to film the top donors, whoever all those people are that fill out a proper comment. Those guys are going to be on my team. The tier of people beneath that, in terms of you know, how much you donated, they will be on the expansion team across the league, in the other league. So as I'm playing all those games independently, that team is also going on and doing their own thing. If there are still people beyond that that donated at least $10 and filled out a proper form, that is to say, if there are more than like 50, 60 people that donate and fill out a reply below. I'm going to put you on whatever it is. I'm going to try and put you on whatever it is you listed as your favorite team. So, like, you know, you say that you like the Yankees. I may just, like, take Derek Jeter's character in the game and go into edit mode and change the name Derek Jeter and make it your name. Or it might be somebody else on the team. Like, depending on what it is that you ask for. Like, you know, I might make you the closing pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays if that's like your favorite team and your favorite position, and you know, I've filled up all the other teams already. Will I be playing through success mode for every created character? Yes, because that is the only way to create characters. But I may do like 1 or 2 more full success modes. But after that, I'm going to start using shortcut mode, which cuts out a lot of the choices in the game, and it sort of tightens up a lot of the dialogue. Because right now, playing through the full success mode the way that I have been, you know, like save loading whenever a guy gets injured, I'll possibly still end up trying to do that, because otherwise the characters are not going to be good enough to make the majors if they take time out for injury. But the way that I've been playing through right now, like Lethal's playthrough, took 15 videos at an average of half an hour per video, give or take. So that's like 7.5, 8 hours. Multiply that over needing at least 50 characters. You can see why I'm going to start using shortcut mode. I will probably stop polling the chat after a while. And I will probably not replay games over and over unless it's a situation where I have to in order to make your character make the majors. If you are unwilling to donate, come on, man. You can give some money. Like, Canadian dollar isn't even super strong against the American dollar. It's going to be less than $10. Just do it. If there are still unfilled positions after the donation deadline, I will make an announcement video at that point, basically calling for more created characters. If you reply to that and you haven't donated, then, you know, then maybe you'll get a chance to have people. In the event that literally I just don't get enough interest out of this entirely, maybe I'll just start making up people. I'll make characters name them after characters in games that I've LP'd, something like that. I don't know. When is this season mode going to get played? Considering the amount of time it takes to create characters, it's entirely possible I won't get around to running this creating the 2 expansion teams, because I won't have the players ready for them until like next baseball season, spring of 2018. It's my goal to start by then. If it turns out shortcut mode makes the creation of characters a breeze and I end up getting through this in no time at all, maybe I will start making the expansion mode season going like after regular baseball season. So like as soon as you're, you know, jonesing for baseball action because the regular actual MLB season is over, maybe I'll start then. But it seems unlikely that I'll be able to get all of the teams created, all of the points that I need in order to buy stadiums and all the rest of that stuff before spring of 2018. Bobo, you may ask, when is my character going to be made? Like I said, I'm going to do them in the order of donors, so whoever donates the most, they're going to get theirs done first, and then after that, so on, so on, so on, down the list. I will announce when I'm streaming on Twitter, generally speaking, but the schedule is not set in stone ever. It's basically whenever I can be home, whenever I've got some time to do it, whenever it's not going to bother, you know, Bean, because we live in some small living quarters here, and she's trying to take some classes. And, you know, whenever I'm going to be able to do it and still get sleep at night. So I would suggest trying to follow me on Twitter. And if you miss it live, either because you didn't get an announcement or, you know, you were in a position where you couldn't watch right then, I'm going to repost pretty much anything that I stream onto YouTube. So, With all that said, what you now have to go do, if you want to be on this team, is go donate to Zerf's charity page using your YouTube handle, and then using that same YouTube handle, respond to this video with all the information that I asked for earlier. And best of luck to you. Best of luck to us all, because these characters, they're probably not going to be the most powerful pros. We're going to be a ragtag baseball band, but we're going to give it our best. And I hope that you get to come along with me. This is Bobo the Vulture. Thanks very much for watching. See you out on the field.